Yesterday we were talking about the blessings that we have received from Viveka Chudamani. As we discussed the three great blessings that we have received: Manushyatvam, Mumukshutvam, Mahapurusha Samshraya. All these things, three things have happened to us. It's not always that we get all the three together. Being born as humans, there are 8 billion people. We are one of them here. Mumukshutva. We come with so many desires to God. Arti, Artharthi, Jignasu, Jnani, they all have their own ways to approach God. All are right. All are Sukrita. But we have tried to approach God with this one idea of Mumukshutva. And when we approach, we also need the guidance how to achieve that. It's not enough that a student joins the school, has the desire to learn. If there is no good teacher, his knowledge will not happen. And so also gaining the company of a realized one, of a master, is extremely crucial to attain the goal of life. In continuation of his discourse, Sri Adi Shankaracharya says, after having attained a human birth, somehow, after several lifetimes, and then having attained the ability to know the scriptures, learn the scriptures, and after that also, if somebody is not willing to put efforts on this path, he is a mudhaji, he is a foolish fellow. Why? Because he is killing himself, he is committing suicide, a spiritual suicide, by not paying attention, not putting efforts on the spiritual path after having attained the three blessings. So the most crucial thing is to put efforts. Prayatno videyaha. Our scripture says, put efforts, strive, work. You are the makers of your destiny. Uddhared atman atmanam, atmanam avasadayet. Gita says, you are the makers of your destiny. You alone can redeem yourself, and you alone can be the cause of your downfall. It's up to us to choose to make our destiny as a divine destiny by self-efforts. And that is where Navaratri, that is where the presence of this energy, Shakti, as he mentioned, Ichha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti, all these have to come together to enable us, even on the spiritual path, to attain moksha. It is not enough if we just achieve material progress. We must also achieve the spiritual heights that one is entitled to attain as one's birthright. What Mundakopanishad says, Dve vidye veditavye, itihasma yad brahmavido vadanti, parachaiva aparacha. The paravidya, which is the knowledge of the self, and the aparavidya, which is the knowledge of the material world. We must be good at both. People won't respect us if we are spiritually enlightened but we do not have material progress. And if we have only material progress without spiritual growth, it is not sustainable. It won't last. We must have efforts being put on both the sides, growing in material terms, economic prosperity, social justice, equitable opportunities to all, without any discrimination or differentiation between one citizen or the other. At the same time, deeply rooted in the principles of Sanatana Dharma, Isha Vasyam Idam Sarvam, Yat Kinchat Jagatyam Jagat, treating everybody with spiritual respect, with the idea that the divine resides in all. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu. Nobody is excluded. Sarvabhuta means everybody is included. Even animals, beings, everybody is included in Sarvabhuteshu. She alone, Chetane Ityavidhirite. Chetana, the consciousness, is her true nature. But she also manifests as Shakti. She also manifests as Buddhi. She also manifests as Kriya. She also manifests as Shuddha. So also Daya. So also Tushti. She is the manifestation of all that we experience in the outer world, but more importantly, she is that Chetana, she is that consciousness which resides within. And this is what we have been discussing for the last couple of days, the principle of Shiva Shakti, the consciousness and the energy that come together to create this whole universe. And when we worship during these 9 days leading all the way up to Dashara, we worship this idea that we are fundamentally divine. And from that point of view, we must think, speak, and act in this world. That should be our guiding thought. We have discussed how a Brahmagyani lives, the one who knows this truth, who is the best among the knowers of the truth, again from the Upanishad. Atma Krida, Atmarati, Kriyavan. He revels in the self, he sees the self in all, yet he is super active for the welfare of all. As Sri Krishna says, Name partasti kartavyam trishu lokeshu kinchana na avaptavyam vartameva cha karmani. I do not have anything that I need to attain or that which I have not attained already in all the three worlds. I have no duty whatsoever, yet I act every day. For what? Yadyadacharati shrestha tattat deve tarojana. Because only when noble people conduct themselves in a rightful way in the society, they set examples for all the ordinary people to follow. Yes, it is the intelligence, it is the Buddhi Shakti, Jnana Shakti, Meda Shakti. Yes, it is the ability to act, Kriya Shakti. It is also Ichcha Shakti to make sankalpas for the welfare of all. But more than anything else, it is the Chetana Shakti which is within us as the residence of that very consciousness which is embodied in the Divine Mother. Bharat brings to this world a refreshing attitude, a totally different thought of progress. A progress which includes all, excludes none. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha. Sarve santu niramaya. Everybody should be having access to healthcare, education, nutrition, all the basic needs of life. That is one way of looking at it. But with what spirit, with what attitude that everybody is divine, so everybody deserves the same respect and the same treatment. And you are all the future visionaries, future missionaries of this great mission. And much depends on what you do with yourself in your lifetime. And that is where leaders who are young and dynamic, at the same time spiritually anchored, who know that while we have to put up a brave front and fight and resist the evil and ensure that Dharma prevails at the end with all our might, leaving no stone unturned, at the same time deep inside we must be mindful and aware of the spiritual oneness of all. And that is the idea of Mother, Goddess. She slays the demons without thinking twice. If it has to be done, she does it. Yet she is the very embodiment of compassion. How is it possible in one time? But this is divinity. Opposites exist harmoniously within divinity. So that is the idea. We do what is required to establish Dharma, yet deep inside we are very, very clear that we are doing out of concern for all, for greater good of all, and with respect for the divinity in all. Spirituality is for the bravest, it's not for the weak-minded. So also, this opportunity is for the bravest people, for the brave hearts, not the chicken-hearted ones. And so you have to raise yourself, Uddhareda Atmana Atmanam. You have to raise yourself, empower yourself, knowing that you are divine, knowing that divinity is your strength. And with that strength, you act in the world.